And we're live. Welcome, everybody. Another day, another Dean's List DAO Bonanza. Today with me, I got the superstar panel. We're going to be exploring Gib.Work is a community-driven platform for crypto bounties, Q&A, or you can discover talent and you can pay straight in USDC or in any other crypto coin you want. And for the developers or the people looking for Web3 work, that's where you can go and pick up tasks to actually get paid. So together with me today, I got Untied Bear, Legend, Taki Sol, Moxie, Dean, and Annie, all of them very well versed in Solana dApps and also in UX UI commentary. So I'm very, very, very proud to have them here. Thank you for taking the time, and thank you to the Gib.Work team for being brave enough to join us in this journey. So let's, without further ado, let's just start. Let me share my screen and attack the platform.
I'm hearing a chipmunk.
Same for me.
Yeah,
The whale has turned into a chipmunk.
it's so cute though when you ask. You're like, really? It's like, beep. Ah.
Share chipmunk. So, folks, we have some technical difficulties. We expect them to be resolved soon. We have been raided by a flock of. Is it a flock? Is it a school of chipmunks? What's the correct?
It's a gaggle. It's a murder. A murder of squirrels.
Are these Cardano squirrels? Who knows? So our host with the most has left the broadcast, but he will be right back. So can someone give us a TLDR on Gib.Work while we wait to fill the airtime? Who wants to volunteer?
How is it now? Still a chipmunk? Wow, technical difficulties, huh?
Yeah, but now you're a
Well,
hefty chipmunk.
is it normal?
It's
But
your
you can't
normal
see
voice.
Yeah, you
It's
cannot
your
see my
normal
screen.
voice. It's your normal.
Yeah. Let's fix the camera issue and we're gonna be good to go. We're gonna restart it and it's fine. Can you hear me? Can you see me now? Yes, finally we're back. All right. Okay. That's an easy thing to edit out on the VOD, but yeah, that's what you get sometimes on the on live streams. You get some technical difficulties which you need to overcome. Then just go forward. Okay. Let's go again. Let's go again. Where I was I a chipmunk for the whole introduction? Wow, everybody's just nodding. What's going on? All right.
No,
Okay.
no, you were not.
No, I was not. All right. Okay. Let's since this is a bounty platform, this is a place where two different types of people will be visiting, the ones that are looking for work and the ones that are looking for people to work. So you're going to have those that are taking bounties and those that are posting bounties. Same goes for questions and tasks. Share my screen, of course. This is all failing apart. Perfect. So here we are. This is where you join. You join Gib.Work and you have a bunch of different types of bounties. You got normal bounties where they pay USDC and Sol, I see. You got questions where you are asking for information and you're paying in crypto. And then you get tasks where you need to fulfill some kind of task, do some kind of work, post it to the web page and get paid. So let's start from the user flow, from the type of user who's joining the platform to take a task, to get to work and get paid. Let's start from left to right. Now my screen is again in a different in a different structure. So let's start with Moxie, go to Untied Bear, Dean, Legend, Taki, and Annie. So Moxie, what do you think of what are your first impressions of Gib.Work as a worker? Is it an easy journey for you to reach the place where you need to pick your the task that applies to you?
Yeah, I think once you get to this screen, I have some feedback from prior to this in terms of the onboarding to get here. But once you get to this screen, I think it's pretty straightforward once you're on the home page. And you know, you can see on the left side what the various things are that you may be looking for. Yeah, I think some of I think from a UX standpoint, that's quite clear. It's a very simplistic user interface, and you know, I can go into details, but those are my initial impressions. I think the left-hand navigation could probably be chunked out a little bit. I'm not sure why it says navigation there. That should be self-evident. But there are some elements that are mixed in here. Like the biggest call to action is that create button, but that's actually for somebody who is creating work and not for somebody who is actually looking for work. So that could be a bit confusing. But I'll stop there and pass it on to the next person.
Yeah, Untied, you've been a power user on the version 1 of Gib.Work. This is the first time we're looking at the newest version of the website. What do you think? What are your first impressions?
Yeah, my first impressions, as Moxie said, it's simplistic compared to the version 1. It's nice, but if you can go to the screen before, I think Moxie wanted to also mention, if you could
I'm
sign
trying
out
to get
maybe,
to that screen before. How do I get to that screen? Do I need to log out?
On the top right, you can log out, sign out, I think. Because I was earlier today looking at it on my desktop, and I switched computers. So this screen, as it is, if you didn't sign up with Google, I'm not sure how it works, because I just wanted to log in with my wallet. But there are only two options, that you can either sign in with Google or sign up that creates a new account. So I was like, I think I'm missing here one option to log in with your wallet only, like, because I'm not, I have the same wallet and I gave already my email address with signing up. I'm missing here logging in without Google, just with my wallet. That's my point for now. But I like this version better than the first one.
That's a great point. Great point. And getting the wallet prompt on any of these dApps is very powerful. So it's a statement that being presented first with your wallet and your wallet sign-in is very, very important. So let's move to Dean before we move on to the panel and we start exploring further in the platform.
Hello. So I had the pleasure of trying out Gib.Work V1. This is a lot cleaner. So I think that they took a lot of good decisions moving between version 1 and version 2. I haven't had a chance to recreate my logging in experience because my account migrated from version 1, which was great. I'm looking at the create work page as kind of like that. I'm treating that as like that first impression, the first time somebody's coming here to understand what they're doing. And looking at those three, ask a question, open source bounty, and tasks. I like that, there's a bit of a discussion, a little bit of a detail there. I would suggest adding, something like a range of expected cost that would go with those things. That way people understand, like, a question is probably, something that you put anywhere between $1 and $5. A task is something between, let's say, $10 and $100, and then an open source bounty is something more significant.
Are you referring? We're exploring now the journey of someone who is coming to the platform and is looking for work. Are you referring towards that?
I'm referring to the create. Sorry, I'm referring to the create because I'm looking at the create. Yeah, sorry, my bad. So if we're going on looking for work, the only thing that stood out to me as an issue was that on bounties, for example, I'm seeing bounties that have been completed. So if you go to the bounties and you see the third bounty, add your details to the README file, and you click on it, it says bounty's been completed. That's awesome. I'm glad for Ancient Human who got the $10, but why are you showing it to me?
You're right. Yes. There should be some filtering. Spot on your comment.
I love everything else.
Sir Legend, let's move to the raccoon.
So GM, so yeah, my general impressions of the overall task board and the bounties is that it's very straightforward. Like, even as a power user, everybody here who uses Solana platforms in general, most of the time is just you can click on a task, you see the reward, you can just complete it. Like, even some of us who use Super Team is very similar. You see the task, you see the reward, you submit, and you wait for the reward to, if you're the winner, to get to your account, right? And so overall, it's very simple, very easy. Even as power user, even as an onboarding user, it's very easy to know what's happening. One suggestion I would add is on the main task board. If you go to the task section on the sidebar, you're gonna see a lot of tasks, and all of them have different tokens, have rewards. So if you want to go for a task which costs not cost but rewards like 50 USDC, you know the value of it. You're gonna get at the end of the day 50 USD in terms of USD values, right? But if there's a task with 1 million bonk, you don't know how much is 1 million bonk. Like, your average user doesn't know the price of bonk constantly. Like, tomorrow is $1, tomorrow is 10 cents. So I think my suggestion here is adding USD values to the rewards. So if I plan to create a task with a token which nobody heard of, people need to know the value of it, like if it's worth their time to do the task itself. So my suggestion is adding USD values by the token rewards.
No, great suggestion, and it will have this uniform, like the information is going to be uniform. At least we're all going to be understanding USD values. So yeah, great addition. Let's move to Takisol.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. So going through the steps of the person that joins looking for work, the first screen that you see is the options to sign up and sign in with Google, which is a very Web2 option. And then if you already have an account, you can sign in with email. I'm not really sure. These are very useful options. I would prefer a more Web3 oriented option as well, standalone. And I'm not really sure about the placement of the three buttons that I'm called to select, like sign up using what, or sign in with Google, or maybe there should be like an option to say that if you have an account already, sign in with your email. So that might be a little more clarified. Then moving on, as soon as you get into the app and you see, you land into the menu and the options that you can see, it's been pointed out already that if you go to the boundaries, the questions, uh, the only way that you can tell whether that's a task, a question, or a boundary that has been completed is if you look at the small letters of the small word that says participate or participated. So the only way that you can say that this bounty, this task is not available anymore is through a tense of the word participate. That's not very intuitive in my opinion. So it might be better if you hide, put them under a section of past boundaries and stuff like that. So that's my short feedback at the moment for joining as a worker in Gib.Work.
Yeah, totally agree that some filtering with clear instead like active, completed, running, that would be very appreciated. Let's move to Annie.
Hey there, hello. I actually have a couple of feedback points here. And one actually is pressing upon what Taki Show said. So we need to consider who is our audience here, right? So if you have an entry point for an email, that means that you also are looking for people who are not Web3 natives, right? And then at the same point, there's this section with the questions. So that means that there is going to be a whole different level of people coming in there from different backgrounds, Web3 natives, but also newbies. And this is great, but we need to think about the difference in the two worlds and the onboarding of people who are going to connect with an email to people who are so Web3 natives that they don't even like the idea about connecting with an email. And I guess the whole idea that we keep it as much open as we want to the whole world. So we want to accept as many people because we want to onboard more people. We want more workers. So yeah, my comment is who is the audience and how can we filter how can we help the newbies, step up on the level and become more Web3 natives. Then I miss the progress. So I like the simplicity of it. It kind of reminds me a modern Craigslist of work, and I like it, but I miss things as, is somebody already working on something? If somebody is already working on something, then why would I even bother reading about it, right? So I miss about that. And then if somebody is working on something, but then the one who put out the work is not happy with the work, then what happens? Do I redo it? As a worker, do I jump in there? So it kind of it's confusing. Yeah, I miss filtering options as well, and I miss some kind maybe this is too much, but I would really love to be a Kanban section of what is to do, what is in progress, who is doing it, and what is completed maybe.
Great feedback. I agree with all your points, and I'll come also to add a little bit that I don't like this profile button being on top of the three different tasks that you are here looking for. I think the profile should go on the top right together with the email profile that you are using to log in. And let's just focus on things that you can do on the platform. You can earn money or you can post tasks, one of the two, without having on top this completely like different screen. I also see that I've earned $0, which is above 78% of the people. I think that's I don't see the point of having that. What I would like to see as well as someone who joins to find work, I would like to see a leaderboard. I would like to see how much other people have gained, have earned. I think it's encouraging if I see that someone has consistently made money from using this platform. I think it's going to give me an extra reason to get involved. So allow me to see high earners, see their profiles, see the type of works they complete, and it will be inspiring. And I'll agree with everybody else's comments on liking the simplicity and missing the filtering. Any other comments on this user journey, on the workers user journey, before we go and where the post bounty happens?
If I would like to give a little comment about an email is necessary for bounties because you're also connecting your Gib. We are not there yet, but because there is we all mentioned something about logging with email versus wallet. I think one of maybe solution would be tasks and questions being just available with a wallet, and you need an email if you are working with bounties. I think that split could could improve this platform, because email is really necessary for bounties to link your GitHub account, so they cannot work that part without it. Just wanted to state that also.
No, yeah, it's
I
important.
have
And if
a bunch more feedback as well. Oh,
please go
sorry.
ahead,
Go ahead, Dean.
Roxy.
Yeah, so I've got one which is on the claiming, because I finished a task. Maybe I
Do you
should
want to share your
share
screen to
because
present
I've
it?
done it. Yeah, I can do that. So you need to, there you go. Now where I click, present, no, screen I click, then Gib.Work, share. You guys watching this?
Yeah, it works perfectly.
Okay, so tasks. I did this, reply with a profile picture for reward. And then the only way I know that I've gotten paid for it is I guess clicking in. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what it looks like. So I click in, and then I can see that I've got this little green dot here, and I've earned it. I see that Legend also did this. So Legend, maybe you have a different experience. And then I come here and click claim. Pops up this, congratulations, your submission has been approved. You're eligible to withdraw your payment now. And I get this error, submission not found. So I guess that there's either there's some sort of issue. It's some sort of bug. But
All right, I'm gonna try to recreate the whole process, and I'm gonna post my response and my profile picture.
Yeah, outside of that, so like this is one soul, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like you can tell that the amount of soul, this now becomes 0.8 has been given out. I guess we're approaching the end of how much is here, and that's why it's being lower. I didn't have an expectation of how much
How
to
do you
get.
post your profile picture?
That's a good question. I didn't post my profile picture. What I did was I just wrote a comment, and I pointed out that this guy has copied my PFP.
Oh my God, yes.
Or were you just trying to get it twice, Dean?
Yeah, you caught me. Mi familia, I need the money.
But
Going
so
to the
on
tasks though.
the requirements, Dean, it says preference to anyone who uses a top 10 NFT collection, and preference to those who prove they own the NFT.
Yeah.
How do you
And look,
post? Like, there is no picture posting.
Yeah, and look, Ancient Human, I don't think that's a top 10 NFT, whatever this is. Whatever this thing is. This is, I don't know what this is. He's earned
Just
a
to
lot.
cut Dean here, my my journey to claim was without errors. I just want to mention that, like, it worked for me. So I have no idea if it's like a wallet issue on your side, if you connected the right one. I have no idea. But yeah, I have had no issues on my side. Maybe
Whales, you're a
Chipmunk is
squirrel
bugging.
again, or a chipmunk.
It's like this small issue with your microphone.
So this
it's
broadcast is being sponsored by Warner Brothers.
By the Degenerate Ape Academy.
Yeah. So can I say something until Wales figures out the technical issues? Another thing that was very strange for me, I tried to use the platform from two accounts. Basically, I used the option to register with my email for the one, which was the one that I connected the wallet to. And then I logged out and I signed in with my Google account, with a different Google account. So in the first profile, I created a question, and I logged out, and I went to with the other profile, which is signed in with Google to answer that question. I approved that and went to claim right now, and I got the funds, but I never added a wallet in that profile. It had kept the wallet from my first account creation. So if I try to sign in or sign up as two different users, and I add the wallet in the first one, for some reason it doesn't like sign me out of that one, and it keeps me signed in if I sign in with a different email. That's kind of a peculiar issue in my opinion, because it shouldn't be happening. I don't know if you guys encountered the same thing.
I did not have this issue at all.
So you use two different profiles and disconnected wallets from the first one before moving on to the second, and there was no wallet connected there.
That
You're
that was the
thrilling
case
again.
for me. By the way, Taki. So but I use
Thank you.
different computers also. Like first, I use my Google account with a different wallet, and on this computer, uh, I just when I used the Google account again, it didn't even show my wallet. I had to because uh, one of the things I think Solflare was not available, and the same wallet I'm using there is on Phantom, is on Solflare on the laptop, so it's nice for testing for me. So I didn't have any wallet connected when I logged in first time, but it can be because Solflare was not available. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, that's another issue because there are no wallets available besides Phantom and Brave. Easter uses Brave. No backpack, no software. No, that needs to be enriched, the option of wallets. Yeah, for sure.
Please tell me that it works. My mic works. Yes,
Yep.
finally. Wow.
That's your usual
thank
voice.
you, Moxie, thank you, Moxie, for that. Thank you guys for covering while I was restarting everything. I love the idea of being presented with the two separate flows as you enter the website. So if you're a worker, you go there. If you are someone who just wants to post a bounty, you go there, and then slowly you're guided towards the right choices. And yeah, testimonials will increase credibility, which will increase also the word. It will increase this word to mouth effect where it's just going to explode in popularity just by the successful users. So yeah, shall we go to the second part of the review, which is I see Takisol wants to add something. Please go ahead, sir.
Yes, this is not actually feedback per se, but some questions and thoughts I have. I'm not sure whether they're for now or for later, but I'll throw them in anyway. So we've been discussing about, there's a slightly more focus in the create tasks on the app. And I'm trying to think whether that's something that has to do with the origins of V1, where it was, mostly for devs posting bounties that they want to be resolved by other devs. So maybe that's something reminiscent of the original version of the app. So we see a slightly more orientation to the creating work and putting it out there for people to solve. That's one thought that I've been having, and the other thought is that now that at the current implementation of the app that we see, we are liking some kind of more simple approach, to the task, how it works, and all of these explainers, and maybe that is, in an effort to try to differentiate from earned by super team. I don't know. These are thoughts that come to mind on for the whole platform in general, how it will work out as a total. And I have one more, but I will ask it later, where we are talking about posting works and creating bounties.
I think that's a good segue to move on to the second part, where we are joining this platform now to post a bounty, to find skilled workers, to ask questions or create tasks. So let's go through this user journey. Let's start from Annie this time, and so we're gonna let's go, Annie, and slowly we're gonna be moving on through the panel.
So my
There's nothing for
feedback,
me, nothing new
what
for
I,
me to show because it's exactly the same. So we are restarting now. We're just changing our hats.
great, because I would be saying something similar. So building upon what Moxie and Taki just said, I think we are kind of confused because we are seeing this now. And I have to imagine that this, all these marketplaces, because it's in the essence, it's kind of a marketplace. It's very different if they have 10 users, 100, 1,000. So I would advise the team to create different versions depending on the number of people, on the number of projects that are going to be there. Because now, I can literally see through everything and I can say, okay, I can do that, or I don't want to do that. But when you have 1,000, then it's a scale issue. So I think, because the first thing you want when you build something like this is you have users join it. So you want to create something that will invite users and create a critical mass and a critical buzz around it. So you want to make it as easy as possible. So for the first, 6 months, you focus on how to make this platform filled with people seeking for work, looking for work, and with work that has to be done. So you have to focus on how can I make this process as easy as possible. Then once you have the critical mass, 100 users, 1,000 users, 100 projects, then you start elaborating or nuancing all these parts. So both for the worker, but also for the project giver, I think the way to post a project should be the most easy one. So we are a project in Solana. We want to give work. We want to give Twitter work, whatever. It needs to be as easy as possible for me to post it. And it needs to be as easy as possible for me to get somebody do the work for me and be happy, content with the work that they have done. More generic feedback, but I felt this was needed because we are trying to,
No, but I see
give
your
feedback
point.
on different levels.
No. I see your point. I see your point, and I'm in total agreement. And this feedback, yes, it might seem to be applying to many different dApps, but I mean, it would go a long way this on this one. Legend, Sir Legend, you wanna be next?
Just to confirm is to add on the topic of onboarding of the platform itself, right?
Anything you want on the user flow of someone joining to post a bounty, to post a task, or to hire people.
Yeah. So yeah, Annie mentioned earlier, like it's a marketplace. It's a marketplace by users for users, right? And I think what's missing here, which a lot of people said, is maybe there should be a user flow not for individuals like power users, your average power user who is looking for bounty, but a flow for enterprises type of account creation. So projects like Mango, Camino, Jupiter, they create an account on Gib.Work and they can offer the task themselves. So it's a different type of visions. It's not by user from user. It's now from projects to users. That way you can differentiate the the type of level of bounties and the task itself while gaining more tasks. So that's an idea, at least for the not in the user level, but on the projects level. Who, if Gib.Work wants to, onboard not only users but projects as well.
That's a good way of going out there and recruiting whole communities. That's a great biz
Yeah,
dev
it's like if projects.
plan.
Yeah, it's the thing, but it's one way for projects who have this pending work, which it's not it's trivial, but can be done later on in the future. So users can participate and do the work earlier. So if Mango has this feature, dark mode, right, and it's super trivial type of feature. They can put this bounty up for grabbing on Gib.Work, and some user will build it, ship it, and get rewarded for it ahead of time of the roadmap of Mango itself. So it's a very good use case, at least for projects and for Gib.Work. So yeah.
Love it. Thank you, Legend. Takisol, your turn. Any comments on this user flow?
Yes, on the creating jobs and postings and all that. One super annoying, not available feature is that you cannot save the draft of what you want to post. So if I don't go through and post it, I am cooked. I can't go back and I have to do all the work again. And if something happens, that's really, really, really annoying. In the tags, there's only the option to use one tag, which is not optimal in my opinion. You should be able to use more than one tag to describe the kind of work that you're looking for. So if you tried, you're going to see that there is no way to add the second tag. You're being warned that only one tag you can use. What is the flow for me to cancel my task, my work? I'm not satisfied. It's been too long. I don't find any solutions. I've already escrowed funds out of my wallet, which is kind of super scary, given the fact that there's no mention anywhere of how this works. So I go to create a bounty, and then it asks me to approve the funds moving out of my wallet. That's kind of sketchy. Yes, and Legend, very good point. You cannot edit the task after you create it. And one smaller thing than the ones I've already mentioned, there's no timestamps in the work. You can't see, like, you can only see the date. I think you cannot see the time that something was posted. If something of speed is relevant. And there's no share button for me to share my posting on socials, on Twitter, Reddit, LinkedIn, whatever. Once I create it, it should be amazing to have a pre-populated text, a tweet that I can send out to say, hey guys, I just created the at Gib./_work post, check it out, and come complete it. And one last thing, I'm ranting, but these have been in my mind for the past couple of hours. If I as a non-dev create a technical bounty, so I want, let's say, a trading bot to arbitrage the price of DIN token, and I want it built by Gib.Work. How am I supposed to know that this works? How am I supposed to test this out and then pay the person that built it? It's kind of a issue that can only be resolved with some kind of reputation on the platform, that trusted workers or trusted devs on the platform with reputation or some good attestations or something can be hired to do this kind of stuff. But it's kind of hard if you're a non-technical person posting something technical and you don't know how to evaluate whether it's okay, is it done, and I should be approving it for work. That's it for me.
Amazing comments. I totally agree on all. You kind of ate my lunch on some, but let's hear from Dean Machine.
So I talked a bit about the create page. I think there, you should have some context to why you're going to do some things, what the duration for something should be, what a task should be, what a question should be. Now, if you go to bounties and you go to create a bounty, one of the choices you have in creating a bounty is setting a deadline. For whatever reason, you can't put a deadline on a question or a task. I think that there's some questions that, look, if you haven't answered this question for me in a certain time frame, I really don't care if you answer it later. Same thing with a task. So I think both the questions and tasks should have deadlines. Quite a few other comments mirror what I've written down. The only other thing I noticed, if you look at bounties or questions or tasks, I click on one of them, like bounties, for example. Click on profile. You'll see that on the left side of the screen and on the right, it shows you total earned. So it's really kind of positioning this platform to be for workers, not so much for people posting bounties. So I would want to see how much I've posted over lifetime. I think looking at, like, as a worker, I'm more likely to work for someone that's posted a lot before. Like, this is pulling some learnings from Upwork, where you would want to work for someone that's successfully paid X amount of people over time, has paid out this much before. Mirroring something that Taki Soul said before. You don't know how good somebody is at evaluating a technical bounty. So if it's the first time they're doing it and they've got it for $10,000, you're going to be a little skeptical, versus if somebody's done this before, has already paid out $1 million lifetime, you have a much higher confidence that that person's going to be able to evaluate the work and pay it.
Spot on. Thank you. Thank you for the comments. Let's move to Untied Bear.
Yeah, maybe I can start answering one of the Taki's questions about the technical review part of things, that it gets escrow from your wallet, but how do you confirm it? Thing is, I think for the bounties, from what I understand, you have to be technical to confirm it, because you need to merge on the GitHub, actually on the repo. Then the person you actually merge their issue commit then they get rewarded. And you can also, of course, cancel if there's no good responses. You can cancel and get your at least that was the version 1 how it worked. And when I come to a suggestion about this from the point of view of someone creating a bounty, what would be nice? They already have, and maybe that's a suggestion for later, but there are already the bounties. And when you go to profile, as Dean also mentioned, there's proof of work. And when you create a bounty, there's also different tags. So it would be nice for me as someone who wants to create, just have an option to search for the specific tag, get the users with proof of work, and maybe just send maybe that expensive one task that I want to make perfect, just send to them. I'm not sure if that's the direction that they want to go, or maybe inform those, like with you have a select list of users there when there are many people that you can actually search on the maybe the tags. That would be a nice addition, I think, from creators' perspective.
Yeah, I love the suggestion, and I think it would go a long way. Getting a list of power users to maybe somehow with dialect, with an email, with a notification to notify them that, hey, there is work that might suit their skills. So yeah, great suggestion. Let's move to Moxie. Totally agree that they should kind of indicate if there is a top three, if there is just one that's going to be selected, if this is an ongoing thing that I'll be awarding as they come. Lots of flavors and maybe some. When you're creating one of those tasks, maybe you are presented with multiple screens, one with the information, one with the duration, one with the prerequisites and all these things. So slowly, the one posting the bounties can give all this information. Uh, I'm gonna comment a little bit on the what you see here when you're creating a bounty. What you see on this classic text editor. This is obviously something that is widely used, that lots of dApps use it. I think it needs to support video, and it needs to support media in general. It's very hard to ask a question if you cannot support it with the appropriate media. And another way to make the poster's job easier is to allow some kind of indication of what you're doing. Are you now evaluating responses? Are there any submissions that have been completely cancelled, or they were not accepted, they do not fulfill some criteria? Maybe you can indicate who has gone to the second round of evaluation. So look, these five, like these 20 submissions are completely nullified. They are not applicable. But here, there's five. We are considering them. I think indicating the timeline of how you are assessing the work that others are submitting is very important, and it signals that you are a serious manager, and it signals also to the workers that, hey, wait a little bit more, you might get paid from this task. Maybe adding, and I assume there's going to be some bounties here, or some questions that get very, very popular, that get thousands of answers, or at least that's how I envision the success of the platform, where you get on this little task, and you see 1,000 people posting the answer, which means there's going to be more than one managers evaluating the answers. So having some kind of rating system, this is 4-star, this is 3-star, this is the first place, this is the second place, this is the third place, so more people get involved, and you can move these. Like, okay, we evaluated another 10, and look, this is a better submission than the previous one. Now this is the first. So every other manager can know that, hey, this is a 2-star, this is a 5-star, this is a winner, and this is something we are not accepting. It's going to be important when the platform becomes very crowded and populated. Other than that, I'm going to echo the rest of the panel, saying that how do I cancel? How do I get my money back? That's scary for me. I would be very skeptical and very scared to post any high-paying bounty. Like I would not add $1,000 if I don't have a way to cancel it, just in case. So yeah, that would give me a huge boost on credibility. I think we're reaching the 1 hour mark, but I would like to listen to from each one of you. If you had to add one feature, one task, something that's very, very important that will benefit the platform enormously, what would you add? What would you remove? You can only give one feature. What would you go for? Let's start with Moxie and go with the rest of the panel. So it's just one thing. You have the dev team and you're talking to them, and they can only fix one thing. What would be that one you would choose? And when you mean you mentioned support, you mean Discord support, like a connection to Discord, where you find a bunch of experts to talk to, or one of those classic pop-up windows where you're like, hey, I'm here to help you, little widget that. How do you envision it? No, love it. Low-hanging fruit. Some tooltips, some widgets, some pointers, some documentation, some maybe layouts, optimal like ways of posting a bounty, maybe some examples. Would go a long way. Thank you for that. Let's go to Untied Bear. Untied Bear, if you had to pick one, which one would it be?
It would be probably just making a split between bounties and the rest, so that you can have a possibility for any user to just connect a wallet without any extra questions, like authorizing GitHub or connect or giving an email address, so that you get maybe more users for the task and questions. And the more users you have, maybe they add their emails later. I think those are better outcomes than users just coming and saying, okay, email, I'm not, I'm going away. Like that would be one addition, that just with a wallet login, and if needed, then option to give you the email.
I'll agree on that. Very important. It also hits a very soft spot when it comes to wallet adapters. Sardine machine. If you had to change one thing, which one would it be?
So it was one of the ones you brought up, which is if I've made a bounty, I want to be able to close it and get my money back. Give Gib.Work. Let me give me my money.
Give money, Gib.Work. Totally agree. Totally agree. You know me, I agree on that. Takisol, help us fix the platform. Prioritize the one fix that will change the user experience.
Give me a short tutorial of how it works, like as soon as I sign up or sign in. And because that has been mentioned more or less already, I'll say add a verification for proof of uniqueness, something like Civic or something to prove that this is a unique and actual user, not a bot. Not super important, but the next thing that comes to mind, but super up there, it's like, how does it work? I'm going to be escrowing money out of my wallet. Explain to me everything like I'm five. As soon as I enter the app.
I like it. I like it. I like it because the very very experienced Web3 users, they know where to find work. They know how to navigate these platforms. Should cater to the ones that are coming from the outside. So totally agree with that. Let's go to Legend, Sir Raccoon. Let's fix this platform with one move. Checkmate with one move.
You guys
Show
took
me.
everything already. I would like to address impersonification, which is Dean recently mentioned he got his NFT stolen. So there's two profiles with the same picture, and it's very easy to also put the name the same. So I would like to change for Gib.Work to change the way you upload your avatar. So instead of uploading a custom avatar, you are instead offered the choice to choose an NFT from your wallet, and then the avatar is NFT that you own. So there's no more impersonification in terms of avatar terms. And if the user has no NFTs, so it's a Web2 user, for example, he's given the choice to choose predefined images that Gib.Work might give, or he has the first letter of his name as a avatar. So I think that's a solution that can be implemented today.
You're very. That's a fantastic point of feedback. Bravo, Legend. Like I love it, and it also creates this beautiful narrative of here is your Web3 ID connected to your wallet and to your NFTs. I mean, you can go further and implement some kind of civic proof of uniqueness or some kind of codified KYC without really storing any of your details, where it's all encrypted. So yeah, that's a cool way
That's
of
even better with Civic.
solving that problem. Let's move to Ani before I also give my suggestions that will just completely change the platform.
I'm thinking how is this thing going to be live 6 months from now? Only if there are people visiting it and projects there for people to find work. So my whole thinking would be how to fill the scene with people looking for work and with projects. And so focus it. You want it to be a marketplace, and that means this is a place where people connect and meet. It's not where they get questions because it's going to be chaotic. So Remox is not going to be where they get support, but it's where they meet. So you want to bring more and more people there. So focus on how to make this onboarding as easy as possible.
Totally agree, and it's a great segue on my comments and my suggestions. Both apply to the worker and the person posting the bounties. It's also what Taki said. Allow me to share the tasks on social media and give me a referral code when I refer projects, workers. Let me be the talent hunter. Let me be the recruitment agency that LinkedIn does, where I can connect the workers with the job offerings and get a commission. And if not a commission, give me some points, give me some kind of promise of something, and let others be your biz devs. I think it's very easy to do it with a platform like that. I think it's imperative to actually add some kind of sharing mechanism, so I can share it on Web 2, I can share it on LinkedIn, and I think LinkedIn sharing on this one makes sense. And it would also be something very new for Web3. You're just used on sharing on Twitter, but maybe this applies here. There's a lot of talent in LinkedIn that has no idea of what's happening here. Well, the other way around is kinda Web3 people kinda know what's happening in LinkedIn, but not vice versa. So yeah, allow others to do your business development, and you'll win. Overall sentiment for me, I really like Gib.Work. I really like the team. I think this has a bright future. I love it that it's not that doesn't have any coins. You don't have your own native thing. It just works with USDC and other community coins, platform coins, meme coins. It's just beautiful. Before we close, any other comments? Any other sentiment overall? Any closing words? The panel is yours, friends. No?
I mean,
Okay.
I can start. So no,
Yeah, please, legend.
Wait. So yeah, I wanted just to add some closing remarks. I think Gib.Work was one of the best projects we had on the live bonanzas. Like the UX is everything is so straightforward, very easy to use, and it's very smooth as well. Like the sign up was easy, and you get straight to the platform. You can go find whatever you want. The thing is, everybody has suggestions, and of course, it can be improved to the max level everybody can think of. And yeah, I would like to add something I think we missed, which was the main page, how it can be improved. I think some social links, people, if they stumble upon the main page, some social links are needed in case they want to go Twitter, the Discord, Telegram. Maybe it was mentioned before some testimonials, some partner projects that, some logos from, Solana, Mango, lots of Solana projects. And yeah, basically it. So overall, it's also good sentiment from me.
I think we all agree on the positive sentiment, and Dean's List is a DAO that uses Gib.Work as one of their external resources. We've posted plenty of bounties from V1, and Tide Bear has been the champion on that. He's gone through all the processes, and he also had issues like out of the bounties we posted 3 bounties, and in one we got 0 answers, but you were successful at canceling the bounty and returning the money to your wallet. So yeah, it's I can see the evolution of the platform, and I see how Dean's List and other network states like this are going to continue using these kind of external resources, because we're looking for talent, we're looking for Web3 experts, we're looking for developers. So yeah, that's the place we should go. So again, if nobody else has anything to add, I think 1 hour and 15 minutes of feedback is quite a lot for the team to start picking what they want to prioritize. I want to thank the whole panel for putting the time and the effort, and of course the Gib.Work team for inviting us to test the platform and get our unfiltered opinion. So yeah, thank you all, and I'll see you very, very soon in the next Bonanza.
Thank you, guys. Also, thank you, iCoder, who gave us a whole amount of feedback to share on this Bonanza, who couldn't join us today. But shout out to iCoder as well. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you to all the Dean's listers that showed interest.